Okay, so let's move on to Temur Lukka. So Temur Lukka is pretty well positioned right now. It's well positioned to deal with Sultai Ultimatum because it's got the ability to run counterspells in the main. It's got the ability to shut down opposing aggro decks with things like Brazen Borrower, Bone Crusher Giant, the usual cast, Lovestruck Beast. You know them, you love them. And of course, Comb is a great top end. And it can keep up with all of the mid-range decks by virtue of Edgewall Innkeeper. So it's a pretty strong deck in the format. I don't think it's necessarily the strongest in any given metagame, but it's hard to imagine any bad matchups for it right now. So I think this is a good way to end off the scripted part of the stream. Let's see how it goes. That was another one-lander last game, by the way, Dead Zone. This hand just needs way too much to go right. Does it? We just need to draw green. How likely are we to draw green? 4, 12%, 20%, 28%, 36%. And we get several pulls at it. Ugh. Our deck mulligans too well to take a chance like that. Alright, this is better. We keep this. And we put back Coma. Lair of the Hydra feels like it should be a very good matchup for us. Obviously, we're not exactly sure what they're running, but it feels like it should be very good. So this is Naya again. Okay. So once again, they could have the... Well... I was gonna say they could have the, turn 3 Winota. Turn 3 Winota isn't that bad. I was thinking of holding up Fire Prophecy here. But are we... What are we hitting, really? Like, we can hit an Innkeeper, sure. It doesn't kill Lovestruck Beast. Despair Sentinel is something we can kill on our turn profitably. I think I want to get the Lovestruck Beast down. I want to draw a card off of it. And then I want to cast a Crow and more. Alright, I'm going to play the Innkeeper. It's not often I do the mana inefficient thing, but I think it's right here. Like, all we need to do really is live till Lukka. It's kind of cute that if they play Winota and just get like a medium hit, then we can Crow and War the Winota and hopefully get some hits, although both of our creatures right now are humans. That's inconvenient. I don't know what you take, though. Probably Lukka. Yeah.
My vengeance will continue another day.
Wow. I'm making that trade all day. Okay. Stroke, huh? So, Paulo's a human. They only have one Winota trigger, and they have to send it right into the Lovestruck Beast. And I really need my land. I'm gonna play the Lovestruck Beast rather than hold up Stroke for Winota or Fire Prophecy. I wonder what they have for 1 mana. They had something that they're really tanking on playing. And chose not to, which means the mana is relevant to them. Maybe they're land strapped and have a Winota in hand and they're hoping to be able to... no, that's not it. Maybe the card they wanted to play was red and they didn't want to give up their red source for a Winota later. Okay. So Chariot hurts. But I don't think we can reasonably hold up Disdainful Stroke there. So hopefully we draw untapped land here and we can Fire Prophecy something. No such luck. So I think here what I'm going to do is I'm going to Fire Prophecy the Spellbinder. Put the Coma back in the deck. Try to draw untapped land and hold up Disdainful Stroke for a Winota. Did it. It's also our second red source for an eventual Lukka. Although, honestly, we're more likely to cast Lukka if he comes off the top than cast this one. That's really obnoxious. Alright, so that will touch the battlefield. And we kill the Spellbinder, which I guess is what we have to do. They'll take... If they have Winota, they'll take Stroke, otherwise they'll take a Crowan War. But we really want to be able to cast the Bone Crusher Giant next turn to draw off the Innkeeper. So I guess this is what we're doing. They're gonna kill their own Spellbinder? No, okay. No reason not to animate a Chariot, I suppose, but I can't imagine they'll attack with it into the Lovestruck Beast. If they take Stroke, then, like, there is a line where we just do nothing and hold up Stroke. Which feels truly terrible. Nice Cobra. Are you attacking? Attacking is nuts. Okay, the only way you do this is if you have another Chariot in hand. Otherwise, this doesn't make any sense. So it probably is another Chariot. And if it's another Chariot, are we supposed to hold up Disdainful Stroke here? What's the alternative? We can play Bone Crusher Giant. We have the Stroke. The Stroke is face up is the problem, so like they'll never play into it. But like if another Chariot resolves, it's just so bad for us. Ugh. I guess we gotta get to Lukka. I'm gonna play the Bone Crusher Giant. That's pretty good. Sure. Oh, it's Winota. They didn't have another Chariot. That's interesting. So we're obviously bouncing Winota here. And we'll have Stroke available for her the next turn. But holding up 4 mana for a counterspell for the rest of the game is not my idea of fun. So we do need to draw land. My mouse is dying. We did draw land. I guess we're holding up Stroke, and if they play into it, we'll counter Winota, and if they don't play into it, we'll cast Borrower, hopefully draw the land that we need. I mean, the Stroke's face up. That's fine. Wow. That's quite an attack. Okay, let's start by casting Borrower here. See what we draw. Oh, Lukka. So, we'll block the 2/2, we'll block the 2/2. And we'll force them to sacrifice the 1/1, and I think we definitely keep the Innkeeper around, right? Yeah, this seems excellent for us. Rather than block the cat, though, let's block the Lotus Cobra. Dispute. Dispute without quite enough mana. So if we... So here's one option, right? We can play Lukka, sacrifice the Brazen Borrower, get a Coma into play, and on their upkeep, tap down their red source. And then they can't play Winota, but if they draw any land at all, the Lotus Cobra blows that plan out. We have no other play that holds up a counterspell. I think I like holding this, keeping this Winota trapped in their hand. I think it's too risky to go for Lukka. If we draw a couple untapped lands in a row, then we can cast him and hold up Dispute for Winota. Chariot. So this way, if we counter the Chariot with the Stroke, they may feel safe to cast their Winota next turn. So I think we're just going to do this and hope that they are fooled by our master plan. No attacks from the opponent, makes sense. Let's Fire Prophecy away the Cobra. I think I'm going to put back the Akroan War. Okay. And... I'm going to attack like this, I think. Just start making progress. Man, my arena is freaking out. I think I'm just gonna turn off the music altogether because it's just stammering in my ears. So we have how much mana? We have 7. We actively want to draw a third land. We won't crack the passage here. Alright. So opponent's gonna get one shot, one opportunity to, wow, this is awful. Alright, I have to turn the volume off altogether. They're gonna get one shot, one opportunity to rip Winota off the top next turn. Now does it matter? Now, I don't think it matters at all. I think we're fine whatever we draw. Not our visionary, huh? So... just do it, right? Just get Goma in play. I guess we want to cast the Lukka from Exile. It's the more mana efficient play if they somehow find an answer. Or the opponent's just gone. They got tilted by the dispute. No, play on, Macduff, they say. So, we'll attack with the Borrower. The intention of sacrificing it. Even if they hit Winota, we're not without outs. Hey, okay, it's good to see you. It's been a little while. How are you doing? Anyway, as I say, if they do rip Winota off the top, they'll we have some ways to deal with it because they might whiff. We have good blocks. Huh. Well, I've lost all audio, so you know, there's that. If they do have Winota, we can also tap down one of their attackers. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can fix my audio. Yeah, how are you doing, okay? It's been a little while since I've seen you. You said you're yeah, you're going on vacation, right? You're going up to Portland, you said? How's that going? You're in depression on vacation. Are the two things related, or are you depressed and on vacation, or are you depressed because you're on vacation? Because I've been in both places, and neither is particularly fun. Alright. So, there's no sideboard guide for this. We're up against Naya. Red Cat Melee, of course, is just outstanding. Stroke is like okay against Winota herself, but otherwise kind of mopey. Yeah, I don't think I want the dispute, even though it did get him. The gate seems bad. I feel like a Crowan War is pretty bad too, because by the time they put something in play that we actually want, the damage is already done. Like, we'd only really be stealing like Winota or something. Maybe we cut the two Crowan Wars. And I think we do need to kind of kill them, right? Like, I think I'm fine cutting the strokes and being more aggressive with something like Goldspan Dragon, and relying on my Bonecrusher Giants, Brazen Borrowers, that kind of stuff to manage the board. Alright, give this a try. Exhausted because of the driving. Okay, where do you live? You live on the East Coast, right? Let's see if my audio is better. Yeah, my audio is much better now. If you drove, like, all the way to Portland from the East Coast... Oh, you're on the West Coast. Okay. Must have been thinking of someone else. This hand is interesting. This hand's really interesting, honestly. God. I think we keep. Because all we need to do is draw green eventually. We won't be able to play Lovestruck on 1, but if we draw green up by 3, I'm happy. We have an answer to their early creatures, we have an answer to Winota herself, and we have our endgame. Ugh, alright, we'll keep this. If they have, like, Selfless Savior? Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes it easier, right? I still think we play the passage out. Okay, now it's too loud. Keeper. Yeah. So now we're in the awkward position of our red cap melee not killing Winota. I don't think it matters whether we put this on red or green. Maybe on turn... Maybe... Maybe I'm supposed to play the Lovestruck Beast, like the 1-1 on turn 1. But then we wouldn't have red available on turn 2, which I think we did need. Alright, let's fetch red. If we draw a green source off the top, then we'll want this to be red. I don't want to be forced to play this on red. That is probably the worst draw in the deck. So... Yeah, I mean, if they have Winota, then there's nothing we can really do, right? We need Selfless Savior to die at all costs. So we'll force that with the Bone Crusher Giant. And come what may. And then next turn we can... I don't know, make a 1-1 and hold up red cap melee. But if this is Winota here, of course there's nothing we could do. Yeah, so if we target the Innkeeper and they sack the Savior, then we get to keep the Bone Crusher Giant as a 4-3. But if they choose to keep the Selfless Savior, then that means it's terrible news for us. Yeah, this is game 2. We won game 1. Wow, they didn't sacrifice it in response. That seems wild to me. And the Shame Scoop. Yeah, this is match 2 as well. It was match 2. Now we're 2-0. Grinding our way up. Their hand couldn't have been that good. We were probably way ahead if they're scooping in that spot, you know, even as a Shame Scoop. Behind again? I don't think you're that behind. I think the Shame Scoop happened maybe 5 to 10 seconds before your chat message came through. So you're probably not that far back. Luris. Interesting. So not many people were playing rogues. Our hand seems good enough against rogues. Like, there's a chance that we will actually just cast this Coma. So Stroke, of course, very awkward against Luris, but it's not completely dead. It does counter... It does counter into the story. We'll give this a try. Fire Prophecy is a good draw. Alright. So... I think we're planning on just Fire Prophecying their, what's it called? Their Soaring Thought Thief. And we'll play... This is going to be red. I think we want to play this on green. Which means this one can safely be blue. Please go Enforcer. Okay. Okay. And we'll put the Coma back. Hey, Evil Empire! It's going well. Now. It was not. You're getting pasted, as you can see from my rank. But it's going better now. We're 2-0 with Temur Lukka. So they have a creature. This is interesting. If we jam the Visionary and they counter it... Cards we haven't been. 3. So they're not really threatening to Into the Story yet, unless they have some crazy combination, right? They would need exactly Thieves Guild Enforcer into another rogue. And if they counter our Visionary, then they can't do that this turn. So I'm actually going to play the Visionary here. Yeah, and if they don't counter me, yeah, this is okay. Only Lukka could go back to his agent fetching ways. Don't say that. Don't say that. You know better. Alright, we are flooding in a big way. I'm gonna attack. I think I want the smashing as a spell, given how badly we're flooding. I think I want this to cycle, given how badly we're flooding. How are we doing on basics left in the deck? Still plenty. Let's just play this on red. We're gonna need a second red source. I don't think it wants to be smashing at this point. Power word kill, huh? Sure. Alright, that's 8 cards in the bin. No fourth land from the opponent. So this is probably a handful of, like, Into the Stories and stuff. I think we play the 1/1 here. If they have a counterspell, then they'll definitely want to use it. Alright. I don't think I'm scared of anything on 4 mana except Into the Story, which we have the answer for. So I'm just going to play the 5/5. Try to make their life difficult. But obviously Dispute's job is going to be to deal with Into the Story. That's a lot of rogues. That's a lot of mill. We do need to have an answer for these Slot Thieves eventually. It's going to take a while. Interesting. Now we're low on basics. I think I'm going to fetch this now. And I'll make an extra 1/1 pre-combat, so they can't stop the beast from attacking by killing the 1/1. If they have a Thieves Guild Enforcer attacking with the 1/1 is pretty crazy, but they'll... We have to be aggressive here. We also have 2 counterspells, so we can even counter the the Thieves' Good Enforcer if that's what we decide we want to do. But at this point, I'm just going to play the Lovestruck Beast. I don't think we're going to want to counter 2 things on their turn. Okay. Yep. So we need, like, Fire Prophecy. And we just drew another land. Alright then. So we are dead. Right. We can Shadow Skull Smashing one of the Thought Thieves. And hold up a counterspell, which is gonna have to be good enough, I guess. If they have a flash creature, we'll leave back 1/1, I guess. Let's just get our basics out of the deck while we can. And yeah. There's no choice here, unfortunately. But, like, now they're gonna get to resolve into the story and the game's as good as over. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we can attack with all. Then sacrifice the Lovestruck Beast, get a Coma, with Disdainful Stroke available, for whatever that's worth. And we can tap down the Thought Thief. Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. Yeah. Is there another option? We can plus. And then we would hit, at best, like a Bone Crusher Giant, which isn't good enough. Do we even have Comas left in the deck? That's an interesting question. Alright. And hopefully they just don't have a kill spell. But I'm sure they do. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Next stream's format, Friday Historic. Well, next stream's format is the last day of the season, right? So probably it'll be that, just ranking up. Alright, Rogues. Negate, Test of Talents, Dispute. Outcomes. What's bad against them? A Crow in War seems pretty awful. Lukka himself seems pretty medium. Clothis, of course. Stroke, I think, is just a little too bad. Saturday's the last day of the season? Oh, well, so, like, when does the season end on Saturday? That's the question. Stream schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It may also play this Saturday as well. Noon Pacific on Saturday. Okay, yeah. I'm probably not going to be awake by noon on Saturday, so for me, practically speaking, Friday's the last day of the season. Don't really want to bring in the Goldspan Dragons, right? Because we can hit one of them instead of the Coma if we sacrifice one of our creatures. So maybe we just want... I'll just go with the Burning Hands. Nah, Burning Hands isn't good enough. We'll just keep the third Lukka, I suppose. Yeah, there's no earthly way, with how tired I am, that I'm going to wake up by noon on Saturday, so... Especially if I'm going to be streaming Friday night. So we'll either get there on Friday night or we won't. Okay. I mean, just hopefully they can't mill us for 3 before Colossus comes down. In fact, I want that so badly that maybe I'm willing to just dispute, like, their mill enabler. Like a Rune Crab on 1, I might dispute that. Because I don't want the third card in the bin for Drown in the Lock. Nice. Alright, good luck. It's not over. No, that was an aggressive attack. I probably should not have done that. But okay. Oh, the full price of One Mind. Gotta love that. That's great. Alright, Windrobber. So we have the option of exiling land if we want. Which would let us cast both sides of Brazen Borrower. We can do that anyway. Okay. So we'll just exile the creature, so they can't get it back. And let's just do it. Let's just get in. Now they've got to kill us somehow before Colossus kills them, and they just don't have a good answer. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like the dispute play on the Windrobber earlier. Yeah, I think the sideboarding was fine. Stroke probably gets a little better on the draw, but not good enough, I think. Well, let's just keep going like this. And is not as good, but it's still fine. We've got Tron here. Misplaying Colossus? Why did you stop? It's still legal. It's even Historic, playable on the sideboard. Alright, this is going to want to be red, right? Drawing Coma is unfortunate. Opponent did nothing on turn 2 with 2 open mana. Their hand must be really, really awkward. So I think I'm... This is green, right? Like, there's no world where I flash in a Borrower into end step, so... Your main deck Cloth is in best of 1 Historic? I guess it depends what you're running into. You played a draft today, what 03? I feel you. I know your pain. I know your pain very well. I don't think I want to cycle this. I want to be able to cast Coma. And I don't want to put the land in the bin if they're not going to mill me. Like, it seems like their hand has no mill enablers, so it's probably full of, like, Into the Story, Drown Block, and nothing else. It makes me not even want to play the Visionary. Or even crack the Fabled Passage, honestly. Could have, like, Cling to Dust, which would be a punish. I'm just gonna play the Visionary, actually. Like, they can't counter it. They could kill it, but... Actually, maybe they can't even do that. I'm gonna play the Innkeeper, too. We're taking down the Negate Shields, it's true. But they can't cast Into the Story yet. Yeah, their hand's gotta be full of, like, all these kill spells, right? It's just attack. They didn't play Lurrus. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. I think I am down. They still on 6? Their hand is like all kill spells. There's no other explanation here. I'm just gonna play the Brazen Borrower though. Start getting somewhere. We have to get through the kill spells somehow if we're ever gonna get Coma to stick. Dispute's a pretty good draw. I'm gonna attack. If they kill it, I want to know before I try to minus Lukka on it or something. I think this is fine. How many cards in the bin? 3. I think I like Lukka plus, honestly. It doesn't mean we have to crack one of these Fable passages. Ah, screw it. I'm gonna Lukka plus. They can't counter me with Drowning the Lock at this point, so... Exiling the Coma is unfortunate. I don't think they have any convenient answers to Lukka. They could have, like, Bloodchief's Thirst or something. Or maybe they finally draw a creature. Once they had a ton of chances to just ban Ultimatum. Maybe they'll do that like they did with 3 mana Teferi. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's 4 cards in the bin. Cracking both passages will put us up to 6. We're still not playing Luris. That's pretty good. Let's just... do we Stomp Face? I think we do, but on their turn. Yeah, they've got nothing. They're still stuck on 6 lands. Like, what do you think the odds are that like these 3 cards are all into the story? I think it could be. Another Fabled Passage, that's awkward. I mean, if these are 3 into the stories, then we need to find answers. With Dispatch. Just bolting in. Crippling Fear. Yeah, I think so. That's fine. That's 5 cards in the bin. So this is 9 mana. We can play Coma with Negate backup. It's possible they have Kill Spell plus into the story. Is there a reason to do that right now? We haven't really given them any drownable lock targets other than the Bonecrusher Giant, too. If they have another Soul Shadow, we're sad. If we draw another land, I feel much more comfortable about playing Coma. I'm gonna play Lukka. Sure. Yeah, hell with it. Mystical Dispute is not going to be that great for that long going forward. Let's plus Lukka. Crack one of these on green. Let's just get the friggin' Innkeeper down. We still have Negate available. They need to top deck double... Like, they need to have Counterspell into the story for me to get punished here. I just don't believe it. Okay. So we're over the threshold now for... Okay. We're over the threshold for Into the Story. So it's unfortunate. I think we're totally out of comas, so like we can't play the Lovestruck Beast in minus. And my hype for Slivers, honestly, I have no idea at all. Like, I'm not... If it's earlier than Historic, I have no idea what the cards do. I heard some people are pumped for it. But not me, I just don't know enough about it. Yeah, I'm just jamming Coma here. Oh, plus. Why not? Actually, maybe we shouldn't be plussing against the mill deck.
If I can't use use it as a weapon, it's useless.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. I don't think we should be plussing Lukka anymore. Drown the lock on Coma. Alright. So we're gonna go shields down to Into the Story. Can you believe that? None of those cards were Into the Story? It'll be elves, but instead of +1/+1, it's abilities. Okay. That sounds obnoxious. Like, it sounds like all of the tedium of the triggers from elves, but with the extra decision points that you need to worry about. It feels like people are going to take forever to play that deck. Alright, so this is the point where they top deck Into the Story, right? Actually, do they have a kill spell? No, they don't. Alright. Oh, so there's no decisions, it's just... You're like assembling Tron or something. Okay, so now we need to kill them quick. Alright. So we're on 21 cards in library. Seriously considering attacking? Wow, you are considering attacking. Okay, so this is just to get the mill triggers. I guess that makes sense. Alright, that's fine. No blocks.
Enemies it is, then.
Okay. So we can't realistically bounce the Thought Thief, they could just flash it right back in, so I guess we're bouncing Lurrus. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with Coma first in case they triple block, but there's no way they're gonna do that, right? Alright, so now we can tap down the Thought Thief, swing in for 10. I think we just need to kill him super fast. It is unfortunate that we draw off of these Lovestruck Beasts. How much mana? We have 7. So it's probably the 1/1, the 5/5, and the Brazen Borrower. And actually, this is kind of a slick play. Nice. Okay, drawing the Bone Crusher Giant's pretty gas there too, actually. I don't think they can mill... I don't think I can mill 13 cards, but like, maybe they can. Interesting. No attacks. Alright. Huh. You're a little late. 10 cards in the bin. So we can't plus Lukka profitably. Yeah, I was still trying to find the lethal there. I think we had it. I think if we just tap down any two things, we win, even if they have a kill spell in hand. And certainly with the Clothis, I think we got that. All right, so 3-0 with 3-0 with Temur Lukka, which is chicken soup for the soul after what we just went through. And that's it for this video.